Hey there, Panda Bears, and welcome back to another virtual mini lesson. Today, we are going to explore, learn, and review this number right here. What number is it? What number is it? That's right. Shout it out. 1. Everyone say 1. 1. 1 is fun. Fantastic! Yes, today we are going to learn and practice and review tracing the number 1, counting the number 1, marking number 1 in the box. We are going to color one little snail, and we're going to learn American Sign Language, the number 1. Right? The number 1, just like that. And as you can see over here, I made this number 1 little craft out of construction paper. So it's really simple if you want to make your own number 1 at home. What shape is this? That's right, a rectangle. It has 2 short sides, 2 long sides, just like the number 1, and I just added some little sticker eyeballs, but you can glue on eyeballs or you can draw them on, and a little smiley face, and then I wrote the word 1, O-N-E, right down here. So it's simple and fun, and guess what? You can also use this number 1 little craft as a bookmark as well to save your spot in a book. If you're reading a story and you can't quite finish, you can put it right there so you can begin at that spot. So you can use that as a bookmark as well. All right, pandas, can everybody take their air finger? All right, yep, number 1, and here we go. Let's trace the 1. Whoop, try it again. Whoop, whoop. It's just a line straight down. Now, Panda Bears, sometimes you will see the number 1 and it might look like this. It might have a line straight down. And then sometimes it has a pair of shoes like that, kind of like an eye, and then it has a little diagonal like that. So sometimes you will see the number 1 written that way as well. And then sometimes it's written just straight down and it looks like a lowercase l that way. All right, O-N-E spells 1. Can you repeat that? O-N-E. Again, O-N-E. O-N-E. How many letters does the word 1 have? How many letters, pandas? That's right, 3. O, then N, then E. Can everybody point to the first letter in 1? And what letter is that? O. Take your air finger. Let's practice that O. 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 Good. Make the motion of the O. Can everybody point to the second letter in the word 1? That's right. What letter is it? N. What sound does N make? Good. So take your air finger again. Line straight down. Come back, up, and around with a hump. N. What's the last letter in the word 1? Point to it. What letter is it? E. Good. E. Take your air finger and form and E. So there we go. That is the word 1 written out. O-N-E is 1. O-N-E is 1. 1 is fun. You can make a little poem out of it to help you remember, right? Okay, now if you have your number 1 worksheet out in front of you, please and thank you. I want you at this little spot right up here to see if you can fit your name. Now, this is going to help us practice our name smaller, because I know when we learn to write our names, sometimes we write them really, really big, which is good. We're practicing our letters, but we also need to practice fitting it into a little bit smaller space as well. So I want you to practice at the top. If you can't fit it, that's okay. Turn it over and write your name on the back. And remember, you can have your grown-ups also write your name in yellow, just like this. You can write your name, they can write your name in yellow first, and then you can trace over it as you're learning how to write all the letters in your name. So let's try that. First, we're gonna write our name. Remember, I'm writing Miss Brooke. You're not gonna write Miss Brooke, you're going to write your name. B-R-O-O-K-E. All right, remember, if anytime you need to pause the video, that's great. You can pause it and you can finish up your name. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to take all of our fun colors, and I'm going to pick out my 5 colors first today. What color? Yeah, I like that blue, and then I have, that's right, yellow. You can choose a purple, and I love bright colors, so I'm going to do an orange. Let me find one more color. Let's see. I think this one, green. So I have green, orange, purple, yellow, and blue. And remember, you can use any 5 colors you want to. And remember, you can rainbow trace more than 5 times. Do it as many times as you want. So pick out some crayons, Panda Bears. And remember, you can trace many times, and you can go over it with the same color a couple times. I just did practice doing the number 1 with the purple 4 or 5 times. And you can count as you do it too. You can go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to do each one 3 times. I like that. 1, 2, 3. And my last color is my blue. 1, 2, 3. Look at all those colors mixed together, practicing forming the number 1. All right, remember, you can continue to work on that or come back to that. That's always something, if you save your worksheets, you can come back and you can keep rainbow tracing time after time. All right, we have our little box right over here. And remember, when we did number 0, there were no circles in the box, right? Because 0, you're filling in 0 squares. But now it's the number 1. How many circles do we have? 1. That's right. We have 1 circle for the number 1. So what I like to do is I'm going to take a marker, and this will help me practice forming my circles too. So not only are we talking about the number 1 today, we've talked about shapes, right? And letters and numbers, all the learning mixed into one. Yes. So we're going to trace over the circle with a marker. Then I'm going to take, I like this blue crayon. So I'm going to take my blue crayon and I'm going to color in the 1 just like that. So we have 1 circle colored in the squares, just like that, to represent one object. Then, hey, O-N-E, I recognize that. That's how you spell 1. So now it's your turn. You already practiced with your air finger making the letters for 1. Now you're going to take a marker and I want you to trace over O-N-E for the number 1. O-N-E. You can trace over it a couple times. I did it once with my orange, thinking it out, my blue marker. Trace over it one more time, just like that. And then if you would like to, if you're ready, you can take your marker and you can practice writing the word 1 all by yourself. So I'm going to do it up here. I'm going to do O-N-E. You don't have to do that, but if you would like to, you can practice 1 that way. All right, right over here, we have our counting chart, our grouping chart for 1. So we're going to take our crayon again, and we have 1 line, and 1 line represents the number 1. Yep, so you're gonna put 1 right in there like that. Now these 3 rows give you lots of practice making that line straight down and forming that 1. So you can use whatever color marker you want. And remember, your goal, your job is to try to stay on those light gray ones and trace over it. Practice how it feels making and forming that number 1. Line straight down. And remember, it's okay if you go out of lines. This is all practice, right? And then on the second row, you have 4 of them to trace over. And then look, there's room for you to make 4 more by yourself. So you want to go under this one and try to go straight down just like that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So keep practicing your ones. Take that marker and go all the way across. Good. Now my last line, there's 2 gray, and now I have space to make 6. 3 and 3 make 6, or 4 and 2 make 6, or 5 and 1 make 6. I can make 6 ones all by myself. And I'm going to change the color. I think I'm going to go back to blue so I can see the ones that I'm doing all by myself. And remember, just a line straight down. You want to leave some space in between. You don't want to put them on top of each other or too close to each other. Just like that. Wow, we have a whole page practicing forming the number 1. Now down here, we have our cute little snail. And with this snail, what I want you to do is use whatever colors you want to color the 1 snail. All right, so I'll leave that coloring up to you. Choose whatever colors, and your goal is to make it colorful and try to stay in the lines. If you want to, you can add a sunshine. You can add some grass down here. Maybe your snail is outside. Okay, so you can be creative and have fun with that snail. Also, our American Sign Language, we are going to practice the number 1. Can everyone? 1. Yep, your pointer finger is up. Your thumb is down here. Say 1. Good. That is the sign for 1. Okay, pandas, have a wonderful time completing the rest of your number 1 worksheet, and also have fun being creative with your 1 snail down here. All right, thanks again for watching and learning along with us today. Have a wonderful day, friends. See you soon.